Hello everyone, we have our news for the week, so let's take a look. Maintenance is normal time as usual, and ending with maintenance this week is the Clash of Wills and the extended event for Kurasami's Master Crowns. So if you need to go through those, you have till maintenance to get that done. And new this week is Final Fantasy IX. So normal login there, we're getting 2 Neovision units, no premium, and 1 NVA. They're doing the Armory Summon there. It looks like they're adding in 1 new accessory, or item as it is there to choose from. They did continue with that special step up being short 1 ticket though. So non-premium, you need 10 tickets to go through, but you're only going to get 5 from doing the special treasury summon there, which means you'll have to do a half step on the regular step up to get the 10th ticket. A little annoying that they've been doing that actually. So first up is Zidane. So he's our win leader, 500% for win units. True Brave Shift, which is always nice. He has the old card of Zidane, so they're updating that. His super, so he's a dual-wield unit, so one-handed dagger, 242 attack. He'll get 500 flat attack. Everybody else can get 50% fairy and bird killer. Regular trust accessory, 53 attack and magic, 44 spirit, and 100% Esper stats. So Esper stats, kind of nice boost there. So he's Wind and Final Fantasy IX leader. Obviously, he's Wind based. Then we get Aiko. So also Brave Shift unit. So healer, buffer, and wind support damage evoker. Her super, two-handed staff, 214 magic, 182 spirit. She'll get 500 flat magic, and then everybody else can get 30% Esper and Evo damage. Regular trust, clothing, 26 defense, 51 magic, 43 spirit, nullify poison and disease, and 30% health and mana. It's okay, probably using something else for that slot though. And she also has 100% attack and magic for Final Fantasy IX units. And then we have Dragon Knight Freya getting the NVA. Also a Brave Shift, but not a true Brave Shift. Gets 4 turns and then has to wait 3 turns to go back. They are updating the super. So two-handed spear, 207 attack, light elemental locked, 100% jump attack, and 100% LB fill. And also updating the regular trust. So that's going to 20% health mana, 30% attack, 100% jump damage, and fill LB 2 crystals per turn. And just 100 attack and magic for Final Fantasy IX for the leader skill there. So for those units, we can take a look at them on the JP side. So first we have the NVA. So pretty much just the Dragoon, wind and light and view there. Has a bunch of time jumps that are chaining moves as well. So you chain and then land the next turn. So we got one for bolting, divine ruination, absolute mirror, stardust ray, all the same modifiers there. Main damage is from the 2 elemental locked jumps, which is 150 light or 150 wind. Both have a 2-turn delay. So you cool down, that adds 10 to the jumps, it looks like. 30% self-amp for light and wind in the kit. Decent amount of killers added, and chain cap is always good. And let's see, base LB for Neovision looks like 70x modifier to the jumps, 100x with ignore 50, 9 hits. And spear resist down 35%, only 3 turns on that. And in the shift, pretty much more of the same as far as all the skills go. Main thing is the shifted limit burst, 40% wind and light boost for self, 300 attack buff, and 100x on the jumps. You get 5 turns out of that. So if you're using them for their spear and peril as well, you're probably going to end up jumping in the base form just because you only get 3 turns on that. So you'd probably want to do this one first, and then refill, do the other one, and then jump. So without having the spear and peril on a move or anything else there, slightly annoying because the shift probably has slightly higher attack stats. But standard Dragoon skills there overall. It looks like nothing too special jump wise, just double hand jumper. We have Aiko up next. So also not true brave shift for her, 4 turns in the shift, and then wait 3 turns to go back. Remove all debuffs is pretty handy. Break resist, and a barrier could be nice. Recover mana is always good. Let's see, 130 in peril, fire, wind, and light. Not bad there. And in kit, 30x modifier for evoke damage. So we got standard 80x evo wind locked. So that's pretty much the modifier that everybody else has. 200x on the magic damage there. 30 boost, LB modifier by 30x. And 300 store on that is nice. 90x for the fire and light. Still pretty much the same evo modifier as we've been seeing forever. Let's see. She's got some fields. Fenra is wind resist down. Phoenix is fire. And Carbuncle is light. 25% on those. Not too bad for just being able to summon a field. Full array of white magic about, it looks like, and can imbue the party with wind on demand, which is nice. And the shifted limit here, bolting chain, 50 wind down is nice, especially because that happens before the damage. Damage is only a 90x modifier. All her Evo stuff is magic weighted too. So no spirits used in that. Spirits only for her healing stuff. 25 staff resist down. So as far as damage wise, she's pretty much going to be doing damage about the same as the current evokers because the modifiers are pretty much the same. She'll probably have higher stats to beat them out just by having higher stats though. See her base form. 80% all elements for 3 turns on a 5-turn cooldown's not bad actually. As long as you know what's coming when, that could be quite handy. Plus 10k barrier is nice. All the healing stuff still has the wind and view in the base, and her base limit is our wind support buff. So 300 at all stats, 300 limit damage, 45% wind boost for the party. So pretty standard, decent wind buffer as far as the LB goes. Plus she can imbue on demand from her spell. But she looks fairly okay overall. I mean, she's not going to be doing too much damage. They've kind of kept evokers at about the 80, 90 modifiers forever, and they're just not top damage that way. But she is also a healer supporter, so she's definitely going to be doing more damage than full healers and buffers. And then we can take a look at Zidane. So true brave shift for him, which is super nice. EX2 to get his 150 boost, which is pretty standard for a lot of the big damage dealers we've gotten lately. Standard thief moves there. Double mirage stack for the party is nice. 230 buff for the party can be useful at times as well. Cooldown to add 130 to his limit. 150 wind resist up and 2 mirage stacks for 3 turns. 5-turn cooldown, not bad. Chaining moves, pretty standard. He is true dual wield, so he does have the extra chain cap as well when dual wielding. He doesn't have in his kit the extra modifier on his limit to start though, so he'll need an item to fully max out there. He can also imbue the team though with Win, which is nice. Base limit, 250 modifier with the 45 dagger down, bolting chain frames. And then in the shift, he's still got his 150 wind boost. Pretty much all the same stuff. Cooldown that will give him 300x modifier to his bolting move, I believe it looks like. Or actually, all his chain moves maybe. 50x on the wind boost there. 7-turn cooldown now, and you only get 3 turns on the boss. Still has all his dual wield stuff and imbue in the shift. And the shifted limit is pretty much the same as the base, but it also has a 135 wind and peril, and it's absolute mirror. So the damage is essentially going to be the same as long as you have the wind and peril there. So it's going to be a matter of if you're going to chain bolting or absolute mirror as far as which form you're going to use as the damage form, it looks like. But he should do quite a bit of damage, plus he's a good wind leader. See, for the events we got, they're Final Fantasy IX Event Dungeon. Yeah, we'll get a couple of keys from this, and it's just a box summon event. So special items, one-handed staff, 8 attack, 97 magic, 113 spirit, and dispel. So having dispel on the staff could be handy. Just a 50% insect killer. We don't have a ton of insect killer stuff, so that's actually not too terrible. And then the materia, it looks like it should be a full ribbon with 20% evo damage, which is fairly decent. Bonus for this is just going to be Final Fantasy IX category. So other than that, standard box summon event. We are getting the next Dark Visions, and they are giving us everything day one, which is very nice. Gives us the extra time to work on the final fights, because this is not one where you're going to tie. So back to the usual, only a single rank 1 for the 50,000 lapis, and then everything goes from there. They are giving us a new set of items though. So we're getting our two-handed rod, 405 magic, probably the best item out of the set that we're getting. We get a two-handed dagger, 405 attack, and two-handed instrument, 405 magic, and 202 spirit. So I should have enough. I should be picking up the rod myself. And that's about it for the new stuff on the Dark Visions there. Some new events. So we get 2 units are getting Master Crowns, so we're getting the fights for that, and we're getting an event to get Zidane's accessory, it looks like. So that maxed out, 51 attack, 44 defense, 42 spirit. The new Zidane only will get 500 flat attack. Everybody else can get 50% evasion for limit per turn and 25% LB boost. So most likely going to be best in slot for the new Zidane. Definitely worth doing that. And then we'll have the fight for Emperor and Ricard and Wyvern. So they're the ones getting their Master Crowns. So usual fights there. Let's see, for Emperor's Crown fight, we can bring in Wind category or Final Fantasy II. So opening that up to an entire element is going to be really helpful, actually. And then for the Ricard and Wyvern is same deal, Wind or Final Fantasy II. So the fact that they're letting us bring a whole element is going to help quite a bit on those fights, I think. And then it looks like no restriction on the item fight. Next, Purgatory fight. So this time, Wind. Obviously, we're getting the Wind leader. So same deal there. 3 fights in a row, 3 bosses. According to this, they should all be Dragon type. And standard kill in 20 turns to get all missions. So we'll run through that and see how that is. Take a look at the vision cards. So Zidane's card, maxed out, 110 attack, 40% attack with a dagger, 40% attack just all the time. And Final Fantasy IX, 50% limit damage and 500 flat attack. So I believe the boost is mostly just that Final Fantasy IX lock stuff for that card. And then Aiko gets her own card. Pretty standard series there, 130 magic. 5% mana per turn, 25% limit damage, 500 magic for Final Fantasy IX units. So nothing too special. You're really only using that on Final Fantasy IX units. Fountain of Lapis is coming back. Usually a good deal there. Some more leader skills. So Lightning Fast Zidane gets 100 attack and magic for Wind or Final Fantasy IX. Then we have Auron and Faris getting 100 attack and magic for just Wind category. Silent Knight Charlotte gets 100 defense and spirit for Winds. And Pure-Hearted Vivi and Kuja are getting 100% attack and magic for Final Fantasy IX units. So it's always nice if you don't have a leader to use those 100% leader skills. And then with Dark Visions, we'll have the usual Dark Visions summon. So we get like 7 just logging in. They'll have a bundle to buy probably like 10 more, I believe it is. As far as units, yeah, 10 more in the bundle. So Neo Vision in this pool is Arden, Lunafreya, Faris, and Ignis. So probably the most useful one is Ignis that just got his Master Crowns. Faris, I mean, she's an okay wind support with the field and all, but I believe it puts it up on both sides, which is slightly annoying. And then also, her damage is just a little behind. 5-star units, we get Elena, Kuja, Uraisha, Umbral Dragon, Darkfina, Sakura of the Delta Star, and Aranea. Uraisha, decent items for just self-buffing. Elena is still useful at Neo Visions here and there for the budget fights. But honestly, out of all these units, nothing is like a must-have. So they're doing the value summon again. So you get 10 5-star or Neo Vision units, 3% Neo Vision rate. Then you get 8 guaranteed Neo Visions and 2 guaranteed premium Neo Visions, plus 3 mystery crystals there. I forget how much that cost. But if you want random units, it's fine. So as far as the Master Crowns, Emperor, it looks like his Break Magnus is getting upgraded to 89 defense and Spirit Break, essentially. Also getting some of his skills upgraded and a couple of new things. And then for Ricard, pretty much just like a little bit of a boost and some flat stats. So I think Emperor gets more help out of this, making him a useful breaker for melee as well as magic, as before his crowns he's pretty much just the magic breaker. He doesn't do that much for the melee damage. And Ricard still just wants to jump, but Dragoons still need a little bit of help with the damage, seeing that they don't get the 100% plus elemental boosts for anything. And we get our normal login stuff there. So that looks like pretty much all the information that we have. And they did give us a note. We'll be getting 3 more of the Lucky 7 keys, so that's going to be 1 extra than needed to do all the special quests for clearing that so many times. So with that, Zidane being the win leader, I've been saving on-banner tickets, so we'll do my on-banner tickets. Hopefully get 1 copy of them. We'll see how that goes. Seeing Ace did not go so well. But everybody that does decide to pull, good luck to you. We're going to end this video here. Hope everybody enjoyed.